Rebuild India. Chapter 1 The Nation Lives in Cottages. By Swami Vivekanand. Our sacred motherland is a land of religion and philosophy, the birthplace of spiritual giants, the land of renunciation, where alone, from ancient to modern times, the highest ideals of life have been opened to humanity. Every nation has a defining theme, all else is secondary. For India, that theme is religion. Social reform and other efforts are subordinate to this core. Hidden beneath the ashes of apparent decline, the fire of our national spirit still smolders. The soul of this nation is religion, its language, its ideals, its lifeblood. Whether it is politics, society, civic administration, public health, or famine relief, all these must be carried out through the spirit of religion. Without it, all your agitation and protest will amount to nothing. If you attempt to cast aside religion and adopt politics or social reform as the new core of national life, the outcome will be extinction. A careful study of world history reveals a pattern in human society. The four castes, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, emerge in succession to guide civilization. Whether the leadership rests with those who hold knowledge, wealth, or power, the true source of that power always lies with the masses. Those whose labor and blood have built the world, do they receive praise? The heroes of war, poetry, and religion are admired everywhere. But what about the unseen heroes, working in silence, facing hatred and neglect? Amid hardship and hopelessness, our working classes display infinite patience, boundless love, and practical endurance. Is this not heroism? The peasant, shoemaker, and sweeper, the so-called lower classes, possess greater capacity for hard work and self-reliance than many of us. For generations they have silently toiled, producing all the wealth of this land, without complaint. They may not have read books like you, or embraced your tailored version of civilization, but what of that? They are the backbone of every nation. If they stopped working, where would your food and clothing come from? If the sweepers of Calcutta halted for one day, panic would ensue. If they stopped for 3 days, epidemics would sweep the city. If the laborers strike, your supplies cease. Yet you look down on them and boast of your own culture? These people have endured oppression for thousands of years, without protest. And this endurance has given them incredible fortitude. Living on mere handfuls of grain, they can move mountains. Give them a little more, and their strength will shake the world. They possess a boundless vitality, like the Mythic, Raktbija, and they are endowed with a moral strength unknown elsewhere. Where else will you find such peacefulness, contentment, love, tireless labor, and the strength of lions when action is needed? Many act bravely when faced with a grand task. Even cowards may die for a cause, or selfish people behave nobly when encouraged by crowds. But blessed is the one who remains unselfish and dutiful in the smallest acts, unseen by all. And this is what you, the long-suffering laboring classes of India, are doing. I bow to you. Our masses may be ignorant of worldly matters, but they are good at heart, because in India, poverty is not a crime. They are not violent. In America and England, I was nearly attacked simply for my dress. In India, no such mobbing exists. Compared to the angry poor of the West, our poor are angels. And that makes uplifting them so much easier. In every way, our people are more civilized than the masses of Europe. Yes, I once believed, foolishly, that our people didn't care for education. But experience, not speculation or the writings of hasty travelers, has taught me better. I have seen that they are not dense, they are eager for knowledge, as eager as any people under the sun. It was the Brahmins who monopolized the religious books, and kept power over what was allowed or forbidden. Repeatedly calling other communities low or vile, they hypnotized them into believing it themselves. If you keep telling a man he is worthless, he will eventually believe it. That is social hypnosis. I hold no partiality in the caste debate, because I see it as a social system rooted in diversity of character and action, guna and karma. Take the idea of caste, jati. The original meaning was the freedom to express one's true nature, one's prakriti, one's inherent disposition. And for thousands of years, this was the case. Just as sattva, rajas, and tamas exist in varying proportions in each person, so too do the qualities of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. These qualities come forth at different times. A man working for wages shows the qualities of a Shudra. If he runs a business, he expresses the Vaishya. If he fights for justice, he is a Kshatriya. And when he contemplates God or speaks of spiritual matters, he is a Brahman. So, people can change caste, as did Vishwamitra, a Kshatriya turned Brahman, and Parshuram, a Brahman who became a Kshatriya. Being born a Brahman doesn't guarantee you'll become one in character, though it may increase your chances. This Varna system was originally a path of progress, a ladder to rise through learning and culture. In Europe, it is survival of the fittest. In Bharat, every rule aimed to protect the weakest. Society naturally forms groups, but what must vanish are privileges. Caste is a natural order. I can serve in one way, you in another. You may rule a nation, I may mend shoes. But that doesn't make you better than me, can you mend shoes? You may read Vedas, but that doesn't give you the right to trample others. Why should one man's crime be praised, while another is condemned for a small offense? That must end. Teach Vedanta to the fisherman, and he will say, I am as divine as you are. I may be a fisherman, you a philosopher, but God lives equally in both of us. This is what we want, no special privileges, equal opportunities, and the awareness that the divine dwells within everyone. It is a powerful truth that the two greatest men of ancient India, Krishna and Buddha, were Kshatriyas. And both of them opened the doors of knowledge to all, regardless of birth or gender. The caste system was always flexible, sometimes too flexible to allow steady progress for the most marginalized. Yet it placed India, in theory, under the guidance not of wealth or war, but of wisdom moderated by spirituality. In other countries, the sword brings honor. In India, it is the sage, the Brahman, the man of God, who is honored. Elsewhere, caste is based on the individual, on power, money, or beauty. But in India, progress meant lifting your entire community along with you. What caste truly is, almost no one understands. Every country has caste. But in India, Caste is meant to lead ultimately to its own dissolution. The aim is to make everyone a Brahman, the ideal of humanity. Our history shows repeated attempts to uplift the lower castes. Caste is a social custom, and all great reformers have tried to dismantle it. From the Buddha onwards, every sect has opposed caste, yet, each time, it has grown stronger. Why? Because caste is not just a religious rule, it's rooted in India's political and economic structure, like a hereditary trade guild. Caste and our institutions protected us as a people. When that necessity fades, they will disappear on their own. Indian caste, though flawed, is still better than its Western counterpart. Without caste, where would your culture and learning be? The caste system preserved our civilization when foreign invaders sought to destroy it. Look at Indian society, it has always been evolving. During invasions, it slowed. But never did it stand still. This is my message to my countrymen. I do not condemn you. I see your past and realize, under the circumstances, no nation could have done better. You have done gloriously. Now, I simply ask, do even better. Caste is changing. Rituals and customs are changing. Forms evolve, but principles endure. Caste should not be abolished, but readjusted. Within its old framework lies the seed of 200,000 new structures. To demand total abolition is foolish. What we need is the evolution of the old into the new. The debt the world owes to India is immense. No other race has given as much. In ancient and modern times, ideas have spread across the world, but always through war and conquest. Everywhere else, ideas came on the heels of violence. But India has existed peacefully for thousands of years, quietly offering truth to the world. Even before history began, India spoke not with bloodshed, but with blessings and peace. The more Hindus understand their past, the more glorious their future will be. Those who bring this past to every doorstep are true benefactors. India's decline came not from bad laws or customs, but because their true purpose was never fully realized.